This channel is sponsored by Pro Football Focus. NFL, college, and fantasy data for every player, every play, every game. Visit ProFootballFocus.com to learn more. Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I am your host, Moonlightswami, and today I'm bringing you guys the week number 9 recap. Yes, we are halfway through the season for most teams. Most teams have played 8 games thus far, and some have played even more. So, you know, that's how it is. But we're going to take a look at the schedule, see how teams did, then we're going to move on quickly. This is not going to be a very long video. So, Falcons at Buccaneers on Thursday night, and the Falcons won 38-17. Being a division rivalry and something that is relevant to us, the Falcons put up 28 in the second half and came out victorious. Matt Ryan, nothing special. Jameis Winston, pretty solid as well. It's the run game, though. Devonta Freeman, 3 touchdowns. 122 yards, 5 broken tackles. That'll do it. So looking a little bit further, Lions at Vikings. Lions beat the Vikings 24-20. Eagles continue their roll and beat the Giants 20-17. Jets beat the now 1-7 Dolphins 24-10. Chiefs beat the Jaguars, who are sitting in first place. The Chiefs are on a roll, winning 3 straight. Dallas maintains their hot start as well as they beat the Browns 32-13. In a battle of the 2 top teams in the AFC North, the Ravens beat the Steelers 17-3. You already know what happened with us. Carolina beat the Rams 22-15, which means that 2 of the teams in the in the division won, 2 lost. Colts beat the Packers 39-35. Chargers beat the Titans 24-21. Oakland beats the Broncos, who are starting to skid, and the Seahawks blank the Bills 21-0. Taking a look at that, Russell Wilson, not bad. TJ Yates got a little snap in, but Tyrod Taylor was very bad. Russell Wilson on the ground too, really good. For the AFC and NFC Players of the Week, it's Rodgers and William Hayes, Joe Flacco, and Ron Parker. I think Drew Brees could have been a person that you could consider for that role as well, but apparently Rodgers, who put up 1 more touchdown and 100 less yards, is more deserving. Okay. The Patriots are the only unbeaten at 8-0. They did not play this week. The Eagles and Cowboys both at 7-1. Steelers at 6-2, Chargers 6-1, Ravens 5-1. In the NFC West, the Seahawks hold a game lead on the Los Angeles Rams. In the NFC East, there are 3 teams vying for a playoff bid, and you have to think that either the Eagles or Cowboys are going to get that first wild card spot, which means that there's only one that the rest of the NFC can compete for, and the Redskins at 5-3 are in a good spot. NFC South, the Falcons hold a half-game lead over the Panthers and the Buccaneers, but they do have that head-to-head win over the Bucs. The Saints sit at 3-5 in last place. This is not going to be easy. NFC North, the Lions are now in first, Packers in second, Vikings third, Bears fourth. And then in the AFC, Chargers 6-1, Broncos 5-4, Chiefs 4-4, Raiders 4-5, not bad. Jets 5-4, Bills 4-5, Dolphins 1-7 behind the 8-0 Patriots. Jaguars 4-3-1 are still in first. Then you have the Titans and Texans, followed by the Colts. And lastly, we have the AFC North. The Steelers are 6-2, Ravens 5-2-1, Bengals 3-5, and the Browns at 1-8. Taking a look at just the Saints stats for this week, and we'll take a look at the opponent, the Denver Broncos, as well. Drew Brees, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 2,600 yards, and 66%. He has still been a great quarterback this season, but you have to wonder exactly what's going on, why the fact that they can't win games. I mean, we know it's the defense, but 3-5 is unacceptable the way that Brees has been playing. Mark Ingram, 4.8 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns, but he'll be out the next 4 weeks or so with a torn shoulder labrum, which means that it's up to Tim Hightower, Daniel Lasco, and Travaris Cadet to make up the running backs, which is definitely going to be interesting to say the least. Receiving, Michael Thomas, 50 for 612 and 4 scores. Fleener, 42 for 610 and 7. Brandon Cooks, 31 receptions, 526 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's been a touchdown machine, and Willie Snead has been pretty dependable as well. Blocking-wise, Tim Lelito, 6 sacks. Zach Strief, 6 sacks. Andre Speed allowed his first sack of the season this week against the 49ers. Kenny Vaccaro, 61 tackles. Stephon Anthony, 56. Tackles for a loss. Vaccaro, Ellerby, Davison, Anthony, Laurinaitis, Cam Jordan, Onyemata, who has 4.5 sacks up the middle. David Onyemata might end up being our number 2 defensive tackle paired with Sheldon Rankins next season. Tyler Davison's been all right, but Onyemata has that good combination of pass rush ability and run stopping. Taking a look at interceptions, Delvin Breaux has 3 as our number 1 corner. Rest of the secondary definitely needs work. Forced fumbles has to be Cam Jordan, Stephon Anthony, Breaux, etc. Onyemata has 1 as well. Kruger has 2 recoveries, and 2 safeties go to Stephon Anthony. Kicking wise, Lutz still has only missed 1 field goal, and we know the rest. So our opponent this week is the Denver Broncos, who we said have been on a skid, but they are still above 500. Taking a look at their stats so far this season, because the Broncos have not been exactly pushovers, and obviously the no-fly zone is in effect at all times. Paxton Lynch was really good, but he got hurt, so it's been up to Austin Davis and Trevor Siemian. We do need to see if Lynch is going to be healthy or not before we decide on how to approach this game. CJ Anderson has not been very good in terms of yards per carry, and Juwan Thompson has obviously been a goal line only back. But, still, our run defense has not been up to par. Demaryius Thomas is their leading threat, 724 yards and 3 touchdowns. Virgil Green and Emmanuel Sanders are still dangerous. Stevie Johnson, still a very talented wide receiver, and Benny Fowler makes up their 4th. Cody Latimer as their 5th wide receiver. That's a deep group. In terms of blocking, Russell Okung and Gary Williams both have allowed 9 sacks. Max Garcia's allowed 7, which kind of leads me to believe that this team is kind of in a bad way at a few spots on their offensive line. That could be a really good thing for us. Von Miller is Von Miller, and he's been dominant. I mean, that's really not unexpected. Derek Wolf's been great up the middle. Sylvester Williams has made some big pushes. In terms of sacks, it's Von Miller, Bjorn Werner, who they threw into the rotation, Derek Wolf, Sylvester Williams, DeMarcus Ware, etc. In terms of interceptions, Chris Harris Jr., Brandon Marshall, Bradley Roby. We have to be careful with the interceptions this week. We cannot allow them to pick us off, or we're not going to win. Field goals, Brandon McManus, 12 for 15 on the season. And kick return, punt return, nothing doing. Taking a look at the injuries, we already know about Mark Ingram. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. But for the Broncos, that's the one that we need to find out. Trevor Siemian's out for 2 weeks. Brandon Marshall's out for 10. Paxton Lynch is out for 3. Vance Walker's out. And Sam Brenner's out, which means it's going to be Austin Davis at quarterback. If we can't win this week, we might as well not even show up in week number 11 at the Panthers. Based on the way that we played last week, the defense didn't even show up last week against the 49ers. So we'll find that out. We're 3-5. They're 5-4, and we host. So we'll find out just exactly how much resolve this team has this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace out, Franchise Nation.